Hey guys, so today we're looking at Chapter 3. Europeans came to Alabama. Um, this section is the Spanish Explore Alabama. Section 1, the Spanish Explore Alabama essential questions. What are the effects, that means the outcome of the Spanish exploring Alabama. And you can see here's what our standards are. We're looking at locating on maps. We're looking at European settlements. We're tracing maps on globes. We're specifically looking at Ponce de Leon, De Soto, and Balboa. All right, we got to explain the conflicts between Europeans and American Indians, and then we got to look at their standpoint on trade, health, and land expansion in Alabama. So here are some terms that we will get to know: immunity, ancestor, journal, conquistador, governor, interpreter, entrada, slave, and permanent. Introduction. The first European explorers to our area were from Spain. They wanted land and gold for their country. That was the big thing, land and gold. Disease were carried by the Spanish. The Indians did not have immunity to the new diseases. Thousands of Indians died from smallpox, measles, chickenpox, influenza, and diphtheria. Cultures clash. The American Indians' culture was different from the Europeans' culture. Alabama's Indians lived in large families called clans. Some believed animals were their ancestors. The Indians did not have the idea of a person owning the land or getting rich. They did not have the same weapons, horses, or a written language. Many of the Europeans wanted land and gold for themselves and their families. Cultures clash. So weapons, we're going to compare weapons, horses, written language, and believed in people owning the land. So we're going to take a look at Native Americans and European explorers, and we're going to compare. So when we look at the Native Americans, we see that bows and arrows, clubs and tomahawks were what they used for weapons, right? European explorers used muskets, pistols, cannons for their weapons. And then horses, Native Americans did not have horses, but the Europeans did. Written language. The Native Americans did not have a written language, but the European explorers did. Believed in people owning the land. No, the Native Americans did not, but European explorers believed that people should own the lands. So the first explorer we're going to look at is Alonso Alvarez de Pineda. I'm sure I probably said that wrong. De Pineda facts. This is him right here, handsome and debonair fellow. First European explorer of what we know as Alabama. So this was the first European to explore the land that we call Alabama. He was from Spain. He sailed into Mobile Bay in 1519. He drew maps that helped other explorers, and he described large Indian villages in Alabama in his journals. Conquistador Hernando de Soto. De Soto facts. Conquistador from Spain. Made governor of Florida and Cuba, looking for gold and land. Gold and land is the big thing. For the King of Spain, explored areas that are now Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and Alabama. Two of his men, Robles and Ferreira, stayed in Alabama and were the first non-Indian settlers. De Soto meets Chief Tuscaloosa. This is Mr. De Soto. Chief Tuscaloosa was a very tall and powerful Indian chief. He learned that De Soto and his men had been cruel to so many Indians. Shame, shame. Tuscaloosa made a plan to stop De Soto and his men. Good job. The Battle of Mobilia. Chief Tuscaloosa invited De Soto to the village of Mobilia with a secret plan to ambush the Spaniards. The plan failed, and all the Indians were killed by the Spanish. Thumbs down. The end of De Soto's Entrada. Entrada means entry or entrance. Hernando de Soto explored the Mississippi River area. He died in Louisiana in 1542. His entrada, his entry or entrance, helped other explorers. Here's a map of De Soto's exploration, and this is one of our standards. Okay? This is De Soto. De Soto goes into Florida, present day Florida, up into Georgia, all the way into South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, back into Georgia, Alabama to Mississippi, Arkansas. Okay, and then here they go from Arkansas back down to the Mississippi. That was De Soto's exploration. Mapping Mobile Bay. In 1558, King Philip II of Spain decided to make a colony in the New World. He sent Guido de la Bostres and three ships to map the region. Mobile Bay was chosen as a good location for a colony because of its timber, wildlife, fish, and grazing land. Don Tristan de Luna Fax started the first permanent colony in Mobile Bay area. Colony had over 1,500 colonists and soldiers. Hurricane struck before all ships uploaded. Lost 8 ships. Colony moved to area of Pensacola, Florida, was unsuccessful in starting a colony.